miles are dead. I believe that plane companies, either it's the plane companies or it's the people. Because, I remember when I was obsessed with miles, like, because in Air France, that's where I started really, when I was traveling a lot for shows and stuff. I would do a lot of every show, every plane that I would take, right? I would only take Air France, and or SkyTeam, which is the consortium of companies that are in the same team as Air France. And I would only, and it would be in my contract, I only fly with SkyTeam because of the miles. So after, I think, 30 flights come and go, and so outside of France, not if you go from Paris to Nice, but for example, if you go from Paris to Brussels, Paris to London, Paris to New York, this counts as, how do you call this? I mean, these unlock a certain flight. And if you get 30 of those, you get the gold card. Or you can do a certain amount of miles. And every year, our goal would be to stay gold. So we would do everything. I mean, with the show, it was easy. I would do sometimes 50 to 100 flights every year because, just Paris to London, I would do probably 5 shows in the UK every year. I would do what? 2 shows in Congo, 1 show in Gabon, 1 show in Cameroon, 1 show in South Africa, 1 show here, 2 tours in the US, South America, etc., etc. So every year, I would easily do 100 flights, especially the status flights. That's the name. So I was always having a gold membership at Air France. So what did you get from that? You would get access to the lounge, and you would get priority boarding, priority seating, and if the flight was full, you would get upgraded to business for free, and you would have access, you would have a special access to do the security, etc. So you would be treated as if you were a business class passenger, even if you're in economic flight. And most of the time, for the promoters in the Zouk business, you would fly economic or premium. So actually, if you get a nice seat in the front, and you have your gold card, you're almost like in a business class thing. And we would ask for business class flights if it was more than 4 hours. For the rest, we didn't really care. And we understand that the promoters are spending their money and they're investing, etc. So we're trying to work with them instead of working against them. And then I moved to Portugal. When I moved to Portugal, I became the main company here is not in SkyTeam. The main company here, TAP Portugal, is part of Star Alliance. So because I moved here 12 years ago, I was like, okay, do I stay on SkyTeam? And every time I travel, I still ask to go via Air France or SkyTeam, meaning that if I take British Airways, is it British? I will still have to fly everywhere from and pass by London. Or if I take Air France, I will still have, wherever I go, if I'm going to Germany, I will still have to go Germany, Lisbon, then Frankfurt, then another country. So it would always be 4 flights to come and go. And I said to myself, nah, it makes no sense. I'd rather fly with TAP. So that's when I moved to Star Alliance. So I still had my miles for a long time on Air France and stuff, but I decided let me rebuild and become gold quick in Portugal. So I started when I just arrived. I was still doing a lot of shows, so I started like quickly. I became gold. Listen, 2 flights in Miami, 1 flight here, 10 flights to Paris. It was quick. So I became gold. And actually, when you start playing the game of miles, you are kind of obsessed with the idea of staying on your gold status. And it's kind of right? And now I'm here, and now I'm here after all these years, right? The pandemic started. And during the pandemic, I feel like everything changed because most of us didn't fly for years, for 2 years. And before the pandemic, I used to fly all the time, even like not for shows. I would go to the US, go spend some days in Miami, go in Thailand, go here, go to Paris all the time. And I don't know, something happened during the pandemic where I lost the pleasure of flying. I got so used to just staying home, working from home. I started doing my show live on YouTube, and I kind of lost this will to always be away. And like I had a daughter. She was how old she was during the pandemic. She was 4. Yeah, she was 4. She's about to be 7. So she was 3 or 4. I don't remember. But yeah, it just changed a lot of things for me. And because I didn't travel that much, I ended up losing a lot of miles and not really care. And that's when I realized something. Everything that you used to have with the miles as everything you used to have with the miles as a gold member, you can buy them now. And I realized that because one day I was in Belgium. I went to see my son in Brussels, and on my way back, I arrived at security at the gate, and the security gate. And I was about to do the line like everybody else because I just had a normal ticket. And then I see that to go through the premium security line, the fast lane, there was a QR code. They were saying, scan the QR code. So, I had time. So curiously, there was a lot of people. I scanned the QR code and I look. And they say, you can buy the access to the fast lane for 10 euros. I'm like, what? Take my phone, PayPal, 10 euros. I receive a QR code. I arrive to the private access and then beep, and go through. And I was like, whoa. And you can also buy some passes that can help you go to lounges. You pay like, for example, there's one you pay 350 every year, and then you have access to all the lounges in the year in the world. And if you are with somebody, they can have access to. You just pay extra. So imagine if it's like 350 per year, it's like 30 per month. kind of makes sense. Like, you just pay 30 every month and you have access to all the lounges in the world. And then with my crypto card, with my card from crypto.com, there's also an access to lounges. And with my black card from Revolut, my Visa Infinite from Revolut, I also have lounge access. So then I was like, wait a minute. If I can, at the reservation, or when I'm doing the how you call this, the check-in online, they give you the option. You can buy lounge access. I don't need, because I have lounge access. And you can buy priority boarding for $10 or €10, and fast lane for 10 euros. And me, I was like, oh, wait, listen, every time I travel somewhere, I just buy that. 20 euros. And when I have a show, now I put in my contract, hey, you need to buy me tickets with these options. I want these options. And you can buy even the nice seats. If you're in economy, you can buy the seat with more room and food. You can just pay for all that. So I was like, so what's the point? And the last 2-3 years, I was asking to myself, what's the point of having a gold card? It's just like some ego thing. So I just let my status go down to silver, and then go back to whatever is what is the name of it? I don't know. I don't even care. And yeah, I believe that the plane company also, probably because of the pandemic moment, they pivoted. They were like, yo, listen, we'd rather make money, because if we have every flight, let's say 50 people, if a flight of, like 200 people in a flight, if 50 people buy priority access, that's 500 euros on top of everything else. And if they also buy premium boarding, that's another 500, that's 1,000. And if they also buy the lounge, I think they sell the lounge for 25 or 30. Yeah, listen, if there's 10 people or 30 people, that's another 1,000. And multiply these by the number of flights they do every day. That's a couple of 2,000 more in the balance sheet. For them, they really like, yo, listen, let's just make the money instead of. And you can even buy now cards. I've seen these on tap, so I don't know about the other companies, but you can even buy now a card that you pay every year that give you all the same priorities and stuff. I think it costs 400 per year or 800 per year. I don't know. But if you travel a lot, all these advantages that you would have taken with miles, you can just buy the card. And for the plane company, yeah, they're like, yeah, let's just make money. So the more you pay, the better you get. So I guess miles are dead.